Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk about some of the records I've picked up in the last couple of weeks, and I feel like I've picked up enough to justify making another video. So yeah, let's get right into it. They're mostly Beatle records, by the way, of course, but yeah, the first one I'm going to show is Seisei by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, and this is a Japanese pressing, and this is a really cool song. It was produced by George Martin, and it's off of Paul McCartney's Pipes of Peace. And I think it's a pretty catchy, well-produced pop song. Like I said, this is a Japanese pressing, and like all Japanese pressings, this 45 does come with a lyric sheet, which I think is pretty cool, especially since the lyrics are in Japanese and in English. So yeah, cool pickup. Okay, next up is a record and an album I've never had before, and it is a collection of Beatles Oldies, and this came out in 1966 toward the end of the year. EMI put this out because the Beatles didn't have like an actual album for like the Christmas shopping season, so they put this out just to have something on the store shelves. This is pretty much just like a greatest hits or compilation, whatever you want to call it. I find it funny that they call this a collection of Beatles Oldies when some of these songs were not even a year old at this point, like Eleanor Rigby and Paperback Writer, Michelle, all those. I mean, even something like She Loves You was only out for a couple of years before this record came out, so kind of hyperbolic to call it oldies but goodies or whatever it's called. So yeah, pretty cool record. I don't ever think I'm gonna listen to this. I just kind of got this to add to my collection. Okay, next up is another Japanese pressing that I have here, and it is Revolver, my favorite album of all time, and this is on Apple Records. But this is the Japanese pressing, and like I said about the Seisei 45. Oh, by the way, this kind of looks like it has like those fold backs, but this is just a white border on the back. That's how the Japanese one looks. And here is the lyric sheet, which is cool. Some liner notes that I cannot read. And what's cool about these lyric sheets is that some of them are not correct. At least the English translation isn't correct. So that's kind of fun to see sometimes. And there's a cool picture there. I believe that picture is from like the Help era. That's a hard word to say. Era. But yeah, I really like these Japanese Beatles records, and I've been picking up a lot of them. So let me show you the label again. Kind of weird to see Revolver on the Apple Records label. Okay, next up is a not Beatles record. It is Elvis Costello's debut album, My Aim Is True, and here is the track listing. It has Allison on there, which is probably the song that everyone knows on here. I ordered this at the end of August, and I just got it like last week. So it took over 2 weeks for it to get from Maine to New Jersey through USPS, and I think we all know why that's happening. But I'm glad that it finally came in, and that is, you know, it's in pretty decent shape, all things considered, being that it bounced around between here, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maine for 2 weeks. Anyway, this is a great album. If you haven't heard any of Elvis Costello's work, this is a great place to start, so check it out. Okay, next up is Paul McCartney's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. Now this here is one of my favorite Paul McCartney records. Here are the songs. My three favorite songs on here are these three right here. So Friends to Go, English Tea, and Too Much Rain. Those are all classic McCartney songs, in my opinion. And this here comes with Oh, there's the card. Hey, you know what? If anyone wants the digital version, there's the code. Here is the sleeve. Cool drawing of McCartney. I don't know who did it. I'm sure it's written on the sleeve somewhere, but I am lazy. On the other side, it has all the lyrics. And it also has a sheet with more drawings of McCartney's hands. I think it would have made more sense for this to be like part of the sleeve and then have the lyrics be its own sheet, but it doesn't really matter. All things considered, it does not make a difference. Anyway, if you have not heard this album, I think it's one of his best. Yeah, check it out. Okay, next up is another Beatles record, and this is Rubber Soul. And this is the, like a 1982 pressing, I think. I don't know. Let's see, let me show you the label. It's one of those silver and black ones, which I kind of prefer over like that yellow and black one. I think it looks a little bit cleaner. And yeah, this is a pretty cool pressing of it because it does have, it's stereo, which you probably saw on the label. But it has like those fold backs from like the original pressing, which is cool. But this the sleeve here is pretty thin compared to here's the spine. It's in pretty good shape. It's not really focusing, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty thin sleeve, especially compared to like later pressings. It's more like a, I don't know how to say it, like a poster board as opposed to a cardboard. And here is the inner sleeve. It's from at least 1970 because as you can see here, there's advertisements for Sentimental Journey, Let It Be, and some other records here that came out way after Rubber Soul. So it's at least from at least 1970. So I could look it up, but I am too lazy. So yeah, but still very cool to have. Okay, next record is kind of Beatles related, and it is the Ruddles album. And this is the soundtrack to the parody film, All You Need Is Cash, which is like a mockumentary, kind of based on the Beatles, but a fictional band called the Ruddles. And George Harrison was actually in the movie. Here's the back, so you can see what's going on there. Some clips from the movie. That's cool. And the songs on this, they're actually kind of, at least a lot of them are pretty straightforward. Like, they're not really played for laughs, but they are kind of like parodies of Beatles songs. But I think there are actually some good songs on here too. Here's the inside. This has a book staple thing, kind of like the Magical Mystery Tour LP. That's their manager. A lot of the story beats in the film are close to the actual Beatles story, but of course there's going to be some zany twist to it, which is cool. The movie's on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, it's about, I think, an hour and change. It's really worth watching, and George Harrison's in it, if you can find him. Actually, his cameo is pretty obvious. There is their parody of A Hard Day's Night, which is called A Hard Day's Rut. Here is their parody of Help, which is called Ouch. And the video for this is hilarious. I think it's hilarious. The whole movie is pretty hilarious, actually. Here we go. There's them dressed like Sgt. Pepper's, but a little different. Show some more. And the movie does kind of span the entire Beatles story, just in a parody kind of way. They even do the Yellow Submarine movie, which they call Yellow Submarine Sandwich. And they do have, like, it's in the movie animated like the Yellow Submarine movie, which is really cool. Oh, look, there's George. You can see him right there. And there's their cover of Abbey Road. I think, I might be wrong about this, but I think George actually, no, that was for Life of Brian. I was going to say that he put some money toward this movie, but he actually put money toward Life of Brian, so. There's their rooftop concert, which I think was on the same rooftop as the Beatles one. And here are some testimonials from actual rock stars. Obviously, they're not real testimonials because the Ruddles weren't real. But this is cool. Anyway, I'd say check out the movie. Listen to the songs, because I actually think they're pretty good. The guy who's John Lennon sounds more like John Lennon than anyone who's tried to sound like John Lennon. Singing, I should say. Here's the sleeve. And on the other side, they have kind of fake releases on their fake fruit-related record label. Instead of an apple, it's a peeled banana, which obviously is a bit suggestive. But yeah, really good record and very funny movie. Okay, last but not least, I finally got this box set here that I've been putting off for a while, and it is the Magical Mystery Tour Blu-ray box set that came out, like, I think in 2012 or 2014, one of those years. And here, let me show you. This has like a magnetic situation here, which I think is pretty neat. And it opens up. Obviously, it opens up. It'd be a pretty bad box if it didn't open up. There is the inside. This is a pretty big book here that talks about mostly the movie, though it does talk about the songs. There's the wheel, Paul McCartney's wheel for how the movie should be made. This movie is almost about nothing. Like, they drive around in a bus, something happens, the Beatles sing a song, something weird happens, they're running, the Beatles sing a song, and then the movie ends. So it's all over the place, but it is fun to watch. And it's only about an hour long. So that's the book. Now, the cool thing about this box set here is that it comes with a re-release of the double EP, which was, I think, released in England and other countries, but not in the United States. In the United States, what we got was this big guy here. The album with more songs on it. This EP just has the songs here on the top. And it still has the book stapled in there, as you can see. I got to flip through the whole thing. And there's the back. Same as the LP. As you can see, big and small. And it also came with a gatefold for the Blu-ray and the DVD of the movie. I already had the DVD. I already had the Blu-ray. So this is just a double copy for me. Well, a triple copy now. So it came with that. Here's the hype sticker. I always save these. And it also came with a ticket. If I want to go on the Magical Mystery Tour myself, I have a ticket for just myself. So, yeah. Anyway, that's everything. Once I get some more records, I guess I'll make another video like this. Thank you for watching.